My racist stepmom kicked me out when I turned 18 and reported my boyfriend to ICE because they're Hispanic and speak Spanish, so they must not be true Americans, and I'm so mad because she still lets her 20-year-old son live with her but wants to ruin my life. No politics, please. His dad is legally here and has a green card. His mom is an American, but my stepmom is racist, and because she's not white she doesn't think any of my boyfriend's family are. I'm losing my mind. My dad and stepmom are in their 40s and have been together since I was like 12. I'm 18 now and a senior in high school. I live with my BF and his parents right now. My mom isn't around and my dad and stepmom kicked me out when I turned 18. But her son still lives there and he's 20. They have a few more kids. She's never liked me and my dad is a weak punk. I feel bad for thinking her son is a loser, but he does nothing all day but play video games. I'm a straight A student and have a scholarship for next year. I have a job as well. I feel bad. I think my stepbra is a loser because he called me and said that his mom was laughing and telling her friends she called ICE on Tuesday to report my BF and his family. You know? The only reason I'm not homeless right now. And they're all here legally, but because they're Hispanic and speak Spanish to one another, never her, they must not be true Americans. I broke down and told my BF, and he said everything would be okay, but I'm just devastated that I brought this on them. It's all my fault and all they've done is take care of me. I just hope this doesn't make them mad enough that he breaks up with me and they kick me out. They're nice people, but they could always decide I'm not worth the trouble. I want to call DFCS on them. I want them to suffer and have a government agency up their butt. My BF and his family have all their paperwork and carry copies of it now. They shouldn't have to. It's all because of me. Edit, you don't need to tell me to go no contact with them. My stepmom celebrated never having to talk to me again when they kicked me out, literally posted a million family pictures over the holidays with her family. I've tried contacting Dad about trying to get my birth certificate and social security card and to see if I'm still covered under his health insurance, but he won't respond. Update. Thanks for everyone's advice last week. I posted about how my stepmom and dad kicked me out and I've been living with my boyfriend and his parents. They're all citizens except his dad who has a green card. I got my birth certificate and social security card. My boyfriend ended up going and getting them from my dad. I was really surprised he offered to do this. I know we live together, but that's out of necessity. I kind of mentioned this, but before I moved in we hadn't even been together for a year and hadn't even slept together. I had no weird belief that he was like my knight in shining armor who would save me from things. Not to be negative towards him, I know he's a good person and he says that he loves me, but I'm just saying it's not as if we're some tragic love-struck teens. I'm really grateful for everything he and his parents have done for me, please don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is that when I was upset about my documents he got mad and I thought I was being annoying, but it turns out he was pissed at my dad and asked me if he could talk to him and try to take care of it. How to put this, but I'm not the kind of person people get mad on behalf of. There were a few instances in school where the teacher had the situation wrong or I was being bullied and my parents would have never gone down there and talked to them on my behalf. So I have my birth certificate and social. And an insurance card. He told my BF that it doesn't cost extra to cover me since they have other kids, so he will for another year. ICE has not come by, but they've made some big and stupid busts in our area. My boyfriend and his family carry their passports and green card, his dad, wherever they go. They told me not to apologize, they would right now no matter what. But I still feel bad. My boyfriend wants to move out. I guess this really isn't a part of my update, but I'm kind of stressed about it. He makes good money. He's like an apprentice in a trade, so it's not a lot right now, but he will be in a good spot in a few years and had enough money saved up to move out now. He wants me to go with him. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't stay with his parents if he moved out. He knows I can't afford to, but says he doesn't need help. He can afford a one-bedroom apartment and utilities without me. I just am stuck because I have a good scholarship to a school a few hours away. He knows this. Also, his family has been talking about moving across the state, which wouldn't be too much further from the school, so it might not matter. He'd be able to transfer to the other city. I just don't know if he'd want to stay with me if I moved. He's only a year older than me, but I feel like he's so much more mature. I would have no idea how to move out to my own place. And sometimes I feel bad about living with him. Not like guilt, but I do feel that a lot. Just I feel like a child pretending to be an adult, but I'm not. It might be better if we had our own place. Well, his place. Obviously there are things that aren't comfortable being at his parents', and I know he gets frustrated, but it feels disrespectful if they're home. If that makes sense. Thanks for all your advice. I'm really depressed with all of the news and everything. I'm sorry for saying no politics last time, I'm just so sad. I didn't vote for any of this and I feel so hopeless.